Brains. I'm being chased by the myths of ADHD. Brains. They just won't die. Brains. Hello, brains. Just like zombieism, myths are contagious, passed on from person to person until everyone's infected.
It doesn't exist.
I'm gonna need a little help. Luckily, while killing actual zombies requires destroying brains, defeating zombie myths just requires educating them. That's why you're here, brains. Putting these zombie ADHD myths to rest means being armed with knowledge and willing to use it. Do you think you'd be able to recognize these myths on sight and know how to take them down? Let's find out. Each of these 10 questions can be answered with the following: true, false, or it's complicated. Your training begins now. 1. ADHD isn't real. It's something they made up. It's complicated. While the name ADHD is made up and replaced older terms like clumsy child syndrome, moral failing, and minimal brain damage, the actual condition has been described in medical literature for over 100 years. In fact, ADHD is one of the most well-researched medical conditions and is now understood to be a serious neurodevelopmental disorder. So, as research continues, the labels and descriptions of ADHD may change, but it's not because it doesn't exist. It's because we're getting better at understanding it. 2. ADHD is just a behavioral issue. False. While it might appear to be laziness or bad behavior, remember, behavior is affected by the brain, and the brain is affected by genetics. ADHD is highly genetic. According to current research, here are the genetic culprits. And here are the parts of the brain affected by them. 3. ADHD is something you grow out of. It's complicated. While some people no longer experience ADHD symptoms to the point of impairment, most people don't actually grow out of it. In fact, many people aren't diagnosed until much later in life, often when their kids are. ADHD is also hereditary. 4. ADHD is caused by sugar. False, but it can make symptoms worse. Playing video games too long. False, but it can make symptoms worse. Bad parenting. False, but it can make symptoms worse. Studies show that an overly critical parenting style can have an adverse effect on ADHD. While this does not cure ADHD, regular routine and lots of positive feedback can help. 5. You can't have ADHD. You seem fine. False. Most of us with ADHD develop coping mechanisms or strategies that allow us to hide or compensate for our impairments. It doesn't mean we're not struggling, just that you can't see it. Get good grades. False. Gifted and highly intelligent students have ADHD too. So a better indicator than bad grades is whether or not the student seems to be living up to their potential, aren't bouncing off the walls. False. Not all ADHDers are hyperactive, and not all hyperactivity is physical. ADHDers are often mentally restless, constantly moving from one activity or thought to the next. Are a girl. Yeah. False. Can focus on video games. False. When our brains are engaged in the right way, we can actually hyperfocus to the point that it's hard to tear us away. 6. Everyone's a little ADHD. False. Everyone might get a little distracted, hyperactive, or impulsive sometimes, but having ADHD symptoms isn't the same thing as having ADHD. Being diagnosed with ADHD means having experienced at least 5 ADHD symptoms since childhood at a level that's not developmentally appropriate in a way that can't be better explained by something else to the point that it makes everyday life a challenge. So, saying you have a little ADHD because you get distracted is kind of like saying you have a little depression because you get sad. 7. ADHD is squirrel. False. Yes, we get distracted. No, it has nothing to do with squirrels. And there's way more to ADHD than people realize. We also struggle with prioritizing, time management, working memory, regulating our emotions, staying awake, falling asleep, and transitioning between tasks. 8. Medication cures ADHD. False. It can help manage the symptoms, and for most people with ADHD, it's highly effective. But as soon as the meds wear off, the symptoms return. And even on medication, most people still experience their ADHD symptoms. They're just easier to manage. 9. Stimulant medication is the only treatment for ADHD. False. Non-stimulant options are available too. Also, the medication doesn't work for everyone, and even when it does help, pills don't teach skills. So other forms of support are important as well. 10. Medication turns kids into zombies. It's complicated. Sometimes it takes a while to find the medication and dosage that works best. But the goal of treatment is not to turn kids into mindless drones.
I can't believe how calm they all are.
Mommy, I am tired. Can we go sit someplace quiet?
Kimmy Schmidt, I love you, but you're wrong. It's to make their symptoms more manageable so that life is less of a daily struggle and they can actually be a more fully realized version of themselves. I take medication myself. It doesn't solve everything, but it's really effective for me. And I'm forever grateful to my mom for getting me the treatment I needed when I was first diagnosed. Bonus question. Having ADHD means you'll never accomplish anything. False. That's it for this training. You are now ready to fight the hordes of zombie ADHD myths. How? Share this with a friend and see how many they get right. I've also included this info in a PDF fighting sheet that you can read through, print out, and I don't know, hand out at Halloween? If you like this episode, subscribe. And if you love this episode and want to help me make more, consider donating to my Patreon page, like these zombie myth fighters did. Thank you to all my zombie myth fighters on Patreon and beyond. You can also help defeat the zombie ADHD myths by liking this video, commenting, sharing, or adding to the hashtag ADHD and successful story. Bye, brains! Question time! Where do you get your research? Up till now, I've done most of it myself, using Google Scholar and Deep Dive, which is like Spotify for research, with help from Rochelle LeDuc, aka Ducky, one of the brains who's in a registered nursing program and has access to studies and information I don't. But this episode's research was mostly provided by our shiny new researcher, Neuron, a first-class honors psychology graduate from Australia who did his honors thesis on endophenotypes in bipolar disorder. His other qualifications include... And yes, he is also a brain.